This is Hogwarts. I've been building this world in survival for nearly 4,900 days in Minecraft, and Hogwarts is my largest and most intricate project in the world yet. And this is what it's like to work on such a large project. A lot of working on Hogwarts is just gathering materials, to be honest. But lucky for you guys, I got most of that done last episode. Today I want to work on this little ledge here. Kind of like over there, you can see we have a little bit of like an outshoot, and in order to do that properly, we basically just line out a bunch of these blocks here, basically replicating what we did just right there. Next, we need a bunch of stairs. I like to use double stairs out of andesite for these. I think I have a bunch of andesite up in this tower still. I guess we're about to find out. Ah, perfect. Looks like I've got about 2 stacks. Hopefully that'll be enough. If not, we can make a bunch more. After I'm done with this outside wall, I also want to do it on these interior walls here as well, which means we're going to need temporary blocks here, and I like to use stone for that. To be honest, I'm doing kind of the same stuff I've already done in my videos before. But the cool thing is you guys get to see the whole project come together, so hopefully that's like enough to make it interesting to watch. Every once in a while, I like to take a look at my references here and just make sure I'm following the right path with what I'm doing. In this case, as you can see, this little ledge right here is what I'm trying to make at the moment. And this should be pretty simple. Block on the bottom, block on the top. Unfortunately, it didn't line up perfectly on the other side. The good news is we're gonna have like a tower right here, so that should kind of solve the problem. At least I hope it will, because this is kind of annoying having it be different than everything else. We'll leave it for now. I'm gonna need some more stone for this next part, and I keep my stash of stone down here. Uh-oh. Let's just grab a shulker box of stone while we're here. There we go. When I was looking at the reference photos, I noticed that there's supposed to be a large circular tower on this corner. One thing I want to make sure though is where exactly that corner tower goes. So the center looks like it's supposed to line up exactly with this wall, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. This is technically the corner of the wall, so let's go ahead and build it up right here. And this is gonna be a pretty big tower. I actually want to start with it down on the bottom though, just to make sure we have the right size. It's getting a little late, so let's go ahead and sleep real quick. And that is day 4,865. I know this is the exact shape I want it to be. Problem is this isn't exactly lined up with the center, so we're gonna have to mess around with it till we can get that right. That wasn't very nice, Bobby. Every once in a while I have to go down from building the circle to grab my mistake blocks. And just like that, I got the circle figured out. The next step is to build that up as a giant tower here. Before I get too carried away though, let's continue building up this wall right here that was the original plan we were gonna do. I always get way too far ahead of myself. For this, we're gonna need a bunch of andesite and stone. Luckily, I still have a bunch of andesite left over from other projects I've worked on, so we should be able to make up most of it with this right here. So kind of like that wall over there, we're gonna build up a bunch of andesite here. We'll start with a single layer first. And the next thing I want to do is do just a little bit of a wave up and down with the andesite as we go. Now that we've got that nice little wave in, we're going to top that with some stone. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get rid of this stone layer here, because it's just going to get in the way of the build. Time to sleep. And that is day 4,866. All right, so now that this stone is gone, let's go ahead and throw in our stone layer here. We are going to leave a little bit of room for tuff on the top, because that's going to be another shadow layer. Go ahead and do about 1, 2, let's do 3. Hello, kind sir. There we go. I think that looks pretty clean. And lastly, we want to throw in some more tuff, like I said, for a shadow. Kind of like that shadow over there. And it's all finished. Now all we have to do is add in this little layer here that gives it a ridge on the top. A lot of people I've asked say that Hogwarts looks better with rain. What do you guys think? Do you like it better like this or when it's in a sunny daytime style? It definitely gives it some type of atmosphere because of the fog. It's also harder to see it though, and that's one of the things I don't really like. So I just realized our mistake here. Basically, there's gonna be a layer of stone here. We need to replace this with some more roof blocks right here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I don't think I have enough deep slate for this, so I'll have to check and see if I have some more. Looks like we're gonna need some more tile deep slate. I have a bit more in here, and we do have some materials to turn into tile deep slate for now. Definitely gonna have to do some resource gathering soon though. For now, let's go to sleep. It's getting late. And that is day 4,867. Bruh. Freaking creepers, dude. I think I threw my sword. Oh my gosh, did I throw it at the creeper before he exploded? That's frustrating. I literally don't have a sword anymore. Let's drop down and see if we can find it down there. Hello, sword. Are you here? Oh my goodness. I think it's gone. Not little Yachty. Well, that sucks. I guess we need to make a new sword. Before we do though, let's finish up our project here. And for that, we're gonna need some stone stairs. Luckily, I've got plenty of stone. Let's make 4 stacks here. Never know when we're gonna need it. Let's also take this stone cutter with us in case we need it for later, because we are going to be doing more stairs and stuff. Now the trick here is going to be how we line it up to make sense. What if it doesn't line up on the other side? Well, that's going to be the difficult part. Basically go 1, 2, 3, skip, just like that. We're essentially replicating what I did on the other side over here. And I'm really just hoping it looks this good, because in here, it looks pretty fire. And I think that's going to line up just about right, which is pretty cool. Take a look at that. It seems like it's a little farther out than you would think it would be. Do we like this on the outside as well? Take a look at my reference photos. I actually think I need a little bit of a different design for this one. As you can see, it goes straight up from the wall essentially, and mine are overhanging instead of straight up. So let's take a moment to redesign that a little bit. Yeah, I actually think we need something like this, where we get rid of this and add this here instead. So it's a little bit of a complete redesign of what we were doing, but I think it's gonna make it look best. That's the problem with doing a really big project. Sometimes you just gotta undo what you did and redo it a little bit just because you didn't look carefully the first time. But the thing is, once we figure it out here, we'll copy it to that side and that side, so we're doing a little bit of experimentation for a good reason. I should really light that up down there now that I lost my sword. I don't want to have something like that happen again. Unfortunately, I have to get rid of these, and hopefully we can go recover these materials. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you don't practice your builds in creative first. Try to salvage as much of those blocks as possible. It's time to sleep. And that is day 4,868. I kind of planned for this to not be that much shadow, so if we're gonna do this, we probably should get rid of the tuff and add more stone underneath it. In fact, we may just go all stone because in this case, there's not really an overhang that would leave a shadow like this tough layer. Let's also go ahead and light this up so we don't have that issue anymore. The larger we build this project, the more mobs I have to deal with. At some point soon, we need to go down there and just light the crap out of that. It's really hard when it's such a crazy shape. So I might mine it down flat just to be able to light it evenly. Might be a little overkill, I don't know. All right, so let's finish up this stone layer. I'll take a look in a second. Maybe we'll add another block type. The only other thing I can think of is maybe some gray wool. That would fit the gradient. But I don't think it's a large enough spot for a whole nother block, so yeah, let's just go ahead and add stone here. I think that does look quite a bit more accurate to what this is supposed to look like. I'm pretty happy with that decision. It was a lot of backtracking and fixing, but that definitely looks more like his reference photos here than what I had before. I'm happy where this wall is now. Something I've been waiting to do for a while is this interior finishing, so let's go ahead and work on these extra walls right here. Ow. For that, we're gonna need some more rockets and also some andesite stairs. Luckily, we brought this stone cutter with us and we've got all this andesite here. Let's go ahead and make a couple stacks of stairs. We're gonna need a big layer of tuff around the edges like this. And then we'll take the stairs and put one here and one down underneath. But it is getting late, so let's go ahead and sleep. And that is day 4,869. So much to do, so little time. Now we're gonna need somewhere to stand while we work on this. Something like this will work great. I'm not gonna pretend we're not doing exactly the same thing as we just did on the outside walls, but just wait till this inside is done. It's gonna look so cool. And now for the stairs. Now, I actually wanna start in these corners here because that corner is gonna be kind of cut off by a wall there. So I wanna make sure it lines up with this rather than out there. And that'll be how we line it up here. Now I've got those stairs in, now we need to raise up the andesite up higher. Put all of this deep slate away first. There we go. And once again, do the wave. Now we've got that andesite in, we need a little bit of stone. And that's the stone layer. Let's get rid of this here. And it looks like we worked through the night, and it is day 4,870, which means it's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to my Patreons for making this possible. I will see you in the next episode for the next 10 days. Peace.